Back to the, so this, in the 40s they did this a lot. That was,
How do you explain that little change there?
oh, right there?
Yeah.
What do you know about the 3 chord?
3 chords related to 1 chord?
Yeah, it's like a 1, right? So this is home, move away from home, decide maybe it was better living at
back
home.
home.
Back home.
And then when we get back home, it's time to go to the 5 chord.
Then you remember why you left home, so you're back out there on the street. The guys with the sunglasses. And that's just G7, you know, uptown version. This being stock G7. This is a funny guitar. Somebody rewired it so volumes are there, tones are here. Guild was funny enough because they had volume and tone already like that. Not Gibson this way. So I'm getting used to it. So if you have G7 like this, and you raise the 5th to the 13, now you have this groovy sounding chord. Sort of a G13 of sorts. Flat 9. So that's really still going. So when they do this, instead of going to the G, the beboppers started doing that flat 5 substitution, going there. The later guys put prettier notes in the chord, you know, 9s and stuff. Hard to grab instantly on guitar, but you can grab the top parts, not too bad, like Schofield 3-note chords, you know, 4-note chords. So you get sort of Western swing has that vibe too, but I don't use that sound, you know. Up in the tone. They built these old bridges with an offset on string 2 and it makes it note flat up the board in contemporary strings. The old metal. Let's change keys, get a fresh sound. Hunting for something that sounds good. This key of F sharp or G flat, there's some virtues that are sort of hidden. Start simple like that. Put some minors in now. Major 7. You get the idea.
So can you talk a little bit about how you got into this kind of stuff, what got you into it, and how you got to it?
Sent away for that course, man.
Are you serious?
No, I wish I would have paid anything as a child to do it, man. I wanted that sound. A lot of step-by-step stuff. The feel of this music is just something that most everybody's got a feel for the kinds of music that they enjoy. So the feel is the main thing, so it's ironic. We end up talking about what isn't the main thing. Because it's still, you know, with the stuff you play so well, man. It's mostly the feel is why you would get hired by an actor. If you didn't hire you, if you had all the knowledge of the song. But anyway, as far as past, you know, having the rhythmic style together, it doesn't mean that if a person out there, if you guys don't feel a certain rhythm, but you love it, sometimes you do have to study it. You're not born just with the ability to manifest what you feel in your heart. I couldn't get this thing together for a long time, even though I heard it and loved it. This, you know, it's a Brazilian thing. My version sounded like a Phil Spector record, sort of. All that kind of eighth note rock, because you can sort of. There's a place where they meet. We'll get back to the Brazilian thing in about 3 more steps. These chords aren't very Brazilian, so it's still sort of American rock. But we start going. Lighten up on the touch, not so heavy, you know, not so much of that. But I mean, I just couldn't do it for a long time. Long time! I don't know, I just kept fucking around with it, and excuse my French, and I just couldn't stay away from it. And I did watch my friend Emily Remler, the late gifted girl. She was real natural at all that stuff, so I used to sit and hope the vibe would soak up. She could do it. And a lot of that, the Americanized version, it still sounds Brazilian reasonably so. It does have the bass on cut time, only on the half notes, beat 1 and 3, you know, for even if it's fast. But you hear with these anticipations too in the authentic Brazilian music. That's got a different groove because the drums of some kind of percussion hitting on all the various places. But anyway, as to your question, Jim, how you get to different kinds of stuff harmonically, it sort of is that step-by-step thing that I was discussing, you know, where you say, all right, what can we do now? You know, like, how can you start the blues differently every time? So you've got to have a lot of chord forms all over the board. You've heard me talk about having all those forms together, so you don't get stuck in a rut with just always rooting the bass.
Right.
Like here's third in the bass. Well, this is a melody note that's not exciting, but it can be part of an exciting line, or at least a musical line going. Just a humble little, you know. These are the main notes that make it a F-sharp chord. This makes it a major. This makes it a dominant 7 chord. Could leave 1 note out. People play this form more than anything. Sort of like all flute.
Yeah.